Do you think that President Tinubu has set the stage so far? Has the Tinubu administration started to walk the talk? And do you think that you're also seeing from Monday, is there a linkage between the what and how policies will be implemented?
What I would say is that his inaugural broadcast touched on some of the right thoughts as it relates to private sector expectations. Issues around removing the subsidy, we all are glad as a hoax on the damage the subsidy has done to this country that has led us to be the poorest country in the world, or the country that has the highest number of highest concentration of poverty in the world. So we many of us have actually said, look, the government should have taken out the subsidy, which is why when the Petroleum Industry Act was enacted, it took out the subsidy, unfortunately the government did not implement it and deferred that implementation to the new government. And he talked about harmonization of the exchange rates. You and I and the several other economic speakers have talked about the need to harmonize the exchange rate. I, for one, have spoken extensively on the need to drive down interest rates as to stimulate private sector investment instead of the current contractionary monetary policy that have led to an increase in monetary policy ratio from 11.5% to 18.5%, and an increase in cash reserve ratio from 27.5% to 32.5%. And I've always said that those measures have not led to any coming or any moderation in inflation rate. We were talking about inflation rate about 15% in May last year when we started increasing rates. Today, we have inflation rate of more than 22.2%. So it simply means that the strategy we adopted had not worked, because the inflation pressure we were facing was not driven by excessive credit expansion, but was rather driven by short supply of critical food items. So having spoken about those issues, I think it resonated well with the private sector operators, and it also resonated, I also believe it resonated well with even foreign investors.